This is Stephen Bridges. He's probably best known for his series Beat the Odds, where he takes on casinos and wins big. Stephen is no stranger to disguises, danger, and deception. But what a lot of you might not know is before his career in card counting, Stephen Bridges was a world-famous magician. Me and my friend Benji have set ourselves a challenge. Can we fool world-class magician and famous card counter Stephen Bridges with his own trick? Now, for this to work, a few things are going to have to be in place first. One, we have to go and visit Stephen in London. Two, we have to find a good enough excuse to perform for him without him getting suspicious. Now, as you can tell, Stephen's spidey senses are already tingling. This is not going to be easy. The next part of the deception was finding the trick. It had to fit into two parameters: be a trick good enough to fool a magician, and be a trick that he doesn't perform very often. Even better would be a trick that he just conceptualized, but never actually performed himself. Luckily, we had just such a trick.
So the following is a recording of a phone call we had about 3 years ago with Stephen, where he described a part of the trick that we're going to perform for him later in this video.
These decks have been shuffled, and through statistical likelihood, maybe one or two cards are maybe in the same position. Right? So maybe the seventh card in your deck is the Ace of Spades, and the seventh card in my deck is the Ace of Spades. The odds of it happening are, there's got to be at least one pairing, right? But there's no way of knowing where that would be. Name any number. 20. Okay. What if we both dealt down 20 cards and that was the same?
So that was Stephen in his own words describing part of a trick we'd created together. The very same trick we're going to perform for him later in this video. Now, the really tricky thing about all of this is, although we've had years to think about it and improve this effect in our minds, we've never actually performed it for a real audience. What that means is the very first person that will see this trick live is Stephen, who, as you can tell, knows how it works.
We're going to need to practice this more.
Okay, so we just stopped to get petrol. So honestly, our spirits are not low. Like, we're really excited to see him. We're excited to go to London and everything. But it is just a little bit high stakes, a little stressful. We obviously want this to do well. We think this will be a really fun, cool video. But honestly, at this point filming, I don't even know if I'm ever going to use this clip. I don't even know if I'm ever going to upload it. So yeah, that's the honest truth. So this is what it looks like driving down. Me with a deck of cards in my hand while Benji practices his patter and I follow the trick along with him. So yeah, just magician things, I guess. Yep. Okay, here we are, arriving in London. We have about 20 minutes till it's go time. Vibe's a little apprehensive. I'm feeling great because I just have to film. But on Benji's side, not quite the same.
Alright, we just pulled up at Stephen's. How you doing,
Yes,
Stephen?
you did. Accurate statement of what happened. It's a true
How
story.
much of an idea do you have of what we're doing today?
You were like, can I come to your house and do a trick on you? And that's it.
Okay. Stephen, before we begin, could you give me any number from 1 to 52?
20.
20.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, we'll use 20. Just take these cards, just push them together, square them up. I'm going to grab another deck. Let me tell you an interesting fact you may or may not know. There are more ways to shuffle a single deck of cards, more possible ways to combine the order of those cards in the deck than there are atoms in the galaxy. And what that means is, this deck of cards I have right here, so you have your deck,
Yeah.
I have mine. Every little thing I do to this is going to change that composition. So for example, if I give the deck just a little cut, like so.
Yeah, one cut still is a brand new.
It's brand new order, exactly. We're actually looking at something that most likely has never been seen before. However, one imagines that the odds of, say for example, 1 or 2 cards, maybe 3 cards happening to line up in the deck are a lot higher than the whole deck. So for example, maybe the Ace of Spades in my deck,
So maybe the seventh card in your deck is the Ace of Spades, and the seventh card in my deck is the Ace of Spades.
or the Queen of Hearts is at the 42nd position in both decks. However, because we're trying to do something special here, we're going to not just use any random number, we're going to use a number you picked, which was 20.
Yep.
Okay, so what we're going to do is make sure we have the space for this. You can take your cards, start dealing, face up, like one at a time. We'll just stop so I can count along. 1,
2,
2,
3, 4,
18, 19.
19.
Okay, just hold that.
Yeah.
That's 20, put that right there.
20.
And now let's just see what other matches we might have had.
Alright.
We'll just kind of speed this up so we don't make this take too
21.
long. We don't even need to count. We'll
22.
just go through these nice and quick. Just establish that we're not.
Yeah.
So we had the 10 of diamonds, 9 of diamonds. That was kind of
Been
similar.
close a couple times, but actually no
Close, yeah.
matches so far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's on.
That's kind of interesting. So in this whole deck, we had not a single match. Was that right?
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm. Over here, this is your 20th card.
Yeah.
This is my 20th card. The odds that these are the same card is pretty low. But if this worked, tell me what card do you have?
I've got the 8 of spades.
I, in fact,
Oh,
also have the
very
8 of spades.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Odds pretty crazy.
That the number I named.
Yeah. No, I mean, it would have been nice if we could have, like we said, the whole deck matching, but it's just, as we established, the odds is just, the odds of you winning the lottery today, tomorrow, the day after that, and the day after that are probably higher than the odds of these two decks matching after we shuffled them.
Yeah.
That said, one can imagine if they were what it might look like. Maybe you would have this card and I would have this card, and you would have this card and I would have this card, and you would have this card. You can do this with me. You would have this card. And we'd have this card.
10
and
of
we'd have
clubs,
this
king
card,
of
and
hearts,
this card,
3 of
and
spades.
this card and this card.
Yeah, every single one. Damn. Yeah. Every single card. Yeah.
Every single card in the deck. The chances of that. What even are they?
Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, every single one. Damn, that's really nice.
There you go.
Literally every one. Yeah, great. Really good.
There
That's
we go.
great. Yeah, I really like it. That's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, just want me to say lots of things. No, I think it's a really well structured trick. It's really nice because you start off with the, very intriguing pattern.
Mm-hmm.
The hook is really nice. Really explains to spectators how unlikely what they're going to see, even though they don't realize, is to happen. It's like a very economically efficient method.
Economically efficient.
But there's
yeah.
not any extra kind of,
Mm-hmm.
oh, and now we will do. I was not fooled, but I don't think that takes away from, from the trick at all.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like the techniques involved are not stuff that's like super foreign to me.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay. So kind of the big question is, does it seem familiar in any way?
Well, there's been coincidence-based routines before.
Anything a little closer to home?
Have I done a trick like this? There's a trick I did on YouTube once that's not...
Do you happen to recall maybe a chat we had a couple years ago where we would jam in?
Is this a trick I came up with?
This may or may not. This is a trick that you came up with.
Wait, did I invent the trick? Did I invent the method? Or did you invent the method?
It was collaborative.
Well,
a lot of the really clever stuff you came up with, and I remember thinking, this is so good.
I'm a genius. Yeah, it's weird because it feels like the kind of thing that I felt an affinity to this. I was like, oh yeah, this is the kind of thing I do. This is the kind of way I would sort of approach it.
Yeah.
So I didn't realize it was like a method I came up with.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like, that's funny, me complimenting his trick when I'm like, yeah, it's well structured. It's this. It's like, yeah, of course I think that. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. That's really cool to see.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
That explains why you want to come on to show me this trick.
Yeah.
That's fun. And then we deal. Wait, no, that wouldn't work either. Because when we were dealing, we're doing like this together, and we do this, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's super good. No, it's better than I thought.
Nice. Okay, we'll keep that bit in maybe.
No, the more I'm thinking about it now, so I was more fooled than I realised. If you had me sit and explain it, I would have f***ed up the explanation. So evidently, I was more fooled than I thought.
Well, thank you so much for watching the video. We just wanted to let you know that the trick that you just saw is actually available right now for a limited time at an early bird price. We love this trick, but obviously if we were able to prep it and perform it for Steven, a world-class magician, in just a couple of days, it's not horribly difficult to learn.
Of course, there is a method and there's a couple of moves you'll need to be able to do to pull it off. But those moves are also very achievable with practice. But yeah, on the whole, it doesn't require a very high level of sleight of hand. There's no deck switches, no gimmicks. It's a very powerful, organic piece of magic. So click the link in the description to learn more about the trick. Otherwise, like, subscribe, leave us a comment. Thanks for watching. Thanks, Steven, for being a great sport. We'll see you in the next video.